In today's video, I'm going to help you optimize your workouts and get the most out of each and every rep that you do. And to do that, we're going to talk about two principles: time under tension and range of motion. And it doesn't matter if you're in a wheelchair like myself or you're not, these are two powerful things that can help you with your resistance training. Let's start by breaking down something that you already might know, which is sets and reps in a structured format. Let's say we're doing a bicep curl, and you do 3 sets of 10. So you do 10 bicep curls, you rest for a little bit, you repeat that again, and then again to do 3 sets of 10 repetitions. Now these are super helpful. It's a really great way to simplify a workout and go in with an easy objective. You just do the reps and you're done. And in that way, they simplify our workout to make it easy to understand so we can focus on the movement. However, they don't actually focus on how each and every rep is actually performed. And that means we're not actually getting the most out of every session we do. And that's where these two principles, your time under tension and your range of motion, come in. The approaches allow us to make the most out of each and every rep. Let's talk about time under tension to begin with. This is literally the length of time that your muscles are working for. Let's take a shoulder press, for example. As soon as we start working, the muscles become under tension as you press all the way up and bring those weights all the way down. The muscles are under tension the entire exercise. And why this is important to know is because the idea of 3 sets of 10 isn't just plucked out of somebody's brain. It was actually developed by thinking about time under tension. When the research was done about this, they found that about 20 to 30 seconds of your muscles under tension with a weight that you can manage, but still find it difficult to do, is the optimum time for muscle growth. They also figured that each rep takes roughly around about 2 to 3 seconds for the average person to perform. So the easy way to present it in a program is to tell your client to do 3 sets of 10, because it figured out that 10 reps of 2 to 3 seconds per rep is going to be 20 to 30 seconds of the exercise. And also repeating it 3 times was the optimum amount of times as well in their research that they found. And that's where the idea of 3 sets of 10 came from. And I've spoken to a lot of other people in the industry, and they knew that 3 sets of 10 was good for muscle optimization, but they didn't even realize that time under tension was the cause of figuring out this 3 sets of 10. But there's one thing in the research that I don't think factors into quite a lot of real world situations, is that people want to get their workouts done quickly. So I see time and time again people just powering through their exercise as fast as they possibly can. And yes, this can have some benefits for some other things such as power. However, for most people and most goals, you really want to slow things down. And this doesn't mean that you need to count each and every rep, maybe for the first couple of sessions when you do this, until you get a feel of how long 2 to 3 seconds is. Just slowing it down, doing nice controlled movements, increases your time under tension to hit that roughly 20 to 30 seconds over the set of 10 reps. But also when it comes to a longer time under tension, we're also helping stuff like muscular endurance. We're helping to strengthen our ligaments, our tendons, and make our joints stronger so we're less likely to be injured. So before we go on to why range of motion is important, time under tension can really help you if you just slow down, control those movements. You don't have to be a perfectionist about it, just make sure that you hit roughly between 2 to 3 seconds on each rep. So slowing it down increases our time under tension into the optimum range for maximum benefit from each and every rep that you do. But time under tension isn't the only thing that we can do. The other one is range of motion. So we could do a slow rep. For example, let's go back to the shoulder press. Nice and slow, but if we only go up to here and then back down again, we're not taking our muscle through a full range of motion. And my metaphor for this, although it isn't perfect, is hoovering a carpet. If you only move a little bit, you're only going to hoover a small section of your carpet. In order to clean all of it right to the edges, you need to move that hoover all the way to the edges. And it's the same with our muscles. If we want to fully work our muscles, we need to go through the full range of motion. Taking it back to the shoulder press, that means coming all the way down and pressing all the way above your head, or at least the best you can. It means that every time you do the exercise, you're maximizing each and every rep by taking it through its full range of motion. In fact, there's been a lot of research lately that going through an extended range of motion, even more than a full range, going into a stretch position, can have even more benefits, especially when it comes to our tendons and our ligaments, to make them as strong as they can be, to be even more resilient, to prevent injury. But I don't want to go into too much detail about that because that requires quite a bit more information, and I'll save that for its own video. I've got one more thing to talk about when it comes to this But before we do, I have opened up channel memberships here on Adapt to Perform YouTube channel. If you click join down below, you can support Adapt to Perform by becoming a member. So if you like the videos, what I've done, and you want to help production of new ones in the future, you can join and help Adapt to Perform out. Not only will you help out the channel, but you'll also get these videos as soon as they're made, rather than having to wait each and every week for the new ones to come out on Mondays. And also, at the time of recording this video, I've got about 7 members. But if we increase that to 30 members, I'm going to bring back live workouts here on YouTube. But I'm only going to do this if we reach 30 members on Adapt to Perform. So if you want to see that, make sure you join up down below and get other people on there as well. So my last bit here is to get a little bit extra from each and every rep, and that is isometric holds. What an isometric hold is holding a resistance muscle still where your muscles are still working. For example, if we're dangling our weights down by our side, they're not really causing an isometric hold. However, if we hold them in a bicep curl position, our biceps have to work to hold them in this position. We can incorporate that a little bit in each and every rep to increase that time under tension. So we can bring the weight up, pause for a second, and then slowly bring it back down again. That's going to add a little bit extra time into our time under tension and to get the benefits of that increased time. Because we've got to remember that we constantly want to be challenging our muscles, and we can do that in a number of ways. Most common is increasing weight, but we can use time under tension to make things harder for ourselves. Adding in that isometric hold, even if it's the same weight, is going to increase the intensity of each and every rep, so you get more benefit from it. Which is great if you only have one set of dumbbells. Slow down that time under tension, make yourself work harder, go for a full range of motion, which also helps to make you work harder, and you'll increase the resistance, increase the intensity that you're putting on the muscles, and get more results even from the same weight. So remember, training isn't necessarily just about doing the reps. It's making sure that each and every rep counts. Slow down the reps, focus on range of motion, add in some isometric holds if you want to increase that intensity further, and get the most out of every time you lift those weights. Thank you very much for watching. Hit that like button if you like the video. Subscribe if you're new here, and if you want to help support the channel, click that join down below for all the information of how you can support Adapt to Perform. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you very soon. Are you ready to start your fitness journey? Then sign up now at adapttoperform.co.uk and get access to hundreds of workouts specifically for us wheelchair users.